What's up viewers and welcome back. Today, Superbox has done it. They have reintroduced alternative streaming apps. This is the Superbox S6 Ultra and it comes with alternative streaming apps similar to the Elite lineup we suddenly lost in the past Elite models. This sudden removal left many customers disgruntled as they paid the additional cost for the high-end model to access these additional apps. So let's see what these apps are all about in addition to the updated Blue TV and Blue VOD apps. My full review is up next, stay tuned. So welcome back, and as usual in the box you have the S6 Ultra. You get one Bluetooth voice remote, one HDMI cable, a 5V 2A DC power adapter, and your user manual. So this model is one of their premium models and they decided to go with the aluminum body featuring polished edges and dual antennas. Connecting ports include one HDMI 2.1, one gigabit LAN port, one optical audio, one AV port, one IR extender, its DC input jack, and its dual Wi-Fi 6 antennas to its rear. For connecting external storage devices, it comes with one USB 3.0, another USB 2.0, and a micro SD card reader. There is also a reset button on the side. At the front you have an LED display, and its bottom panel features 4 rubber feet with ventilation holes. Its startup process includes the standard Superbox animation. Then you're presented with the disclaimer, which simply states that this box does not come preloaded with any streaming service, and the decision to install the apps that can access the service is your own, for which you take full responsibility. Then you have a short startup wizard, followed by the launcher. So as I continue with its hardware and firmware features, I'll start with its firmware. You get up to 4K 2160p at 60Hz, and this is true 60Hz as detected by my capture card and not 59.94Hz. It has HDR display with auto HDR feature, which comes in handy for TVs that do not support HDR. It has auto frame rate switching. Built-in screen rotation to portrait mode. However, when you try to use it, it does not work. You get HDMI CEC options. This feature automatically controls your TV's power when switching the box on and off. It has Google Assistant and built-in Chromecast, which indicates that its firmware could be Google certified. It has up to 10-bit color depth. And for built-in video decoders, it only supports HDR10. Even though it says that it supports HLG, on these models, only HDR10 is supported. You don't get Dolby Vision and HDR10+. For audio, you have audio output via its HDMI port and its optical audio port. Under supported audio decoders, it does not support any surround sound audio decoders. However, you do get audio pass-through, which can produce formats such as Dolby Atmos. Now for its system and hardware info. The manufacturer of this chipset is Allwinner and it runs on 4GB of DDR4 RAM and 128GB of internal storage with Bluetooth 5.0. Its CPU is the Allwinner H313/H616, a quad-core Cortex A53 processor clocked at 1.5 GHz, configured in 32-bit mode. Its GPU is the Mali G31 with OpenGLES version 3.2. It comes with a Wi-Fi 6 adapter with dual band 2.4 plus 5 GHz AX Wi-Fi. Its Android version is version 12 and the firmware is rooted. Its Mali G31 GPU has Vulkan support API version 1.1. Its idle CPU operating temperature is around 56 degrees Celsius. And for decoders, It comes only with 4K HDR video decoders. There are no AV1, Dolby Vision, or surround sound audio decoders. And that is system and hardware information. Earlier, I assumed that it might be Google certified because of its Google Assistant and built-in Chromecast. However, this is not the case, as its DRM information shows that it has Google Widevine Level 3 with no HDCP protection. This brings into question whether its built-in Chromecast feature will work to cast official apps such as YouTube. It also means that apps such as Netflix will be restricted to basic 480p quality even if you are paying for an HD account. For root access, the root checker app shows that the firmware is rooted. This may also hinder the ability of built-in Chromecast to work, and we'll see in just a moment. For screen mirroring and mobile casting, I tested its built-in Chromecast, and as expected, it does not work. However, it does come with the official Miracast casting feature for Android, and I had no issues connecting to my Android cell phone, and it can cast content in HD 1080p quality. I also tested its Google Assistant and voice search feature, and it works. What is the fastest bike in the world?
Here is information from Assisi Lombard.
When it comes to watching YouTube videos, the Android TV version can play up to 1440p only with no HDR. For playing 4K videos, as mentioned, it only supports HDR10. You don't get HLG, AV1, Dolby Vision, or HDR10+. So this is HDR10. If you try to play an AV1 video, it fails to play. This Dolby Vision video registers as HDR10. This Dolby Vision video with Dolby Atmos produces video but noise and static for audio. This is an HDR10 Plus video, and the same occurs with video with static audio. And this is an official HLG video. With surround sound audio, you get only 3 formats: Dolby Atmos, which is the most important, Dolby Digital Plus, and DTS Virtual X. You don't get DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby Surround, Dolby True HD, or DTS-X. So this is Dolby Atmos.
This is Dolby Atmos, the world's first object-based cinematic audio. With powerful moving audio that transcends from channels.
Next, Dolby Digital Plus. And this is DTS Virtual X. Everything else plays as PCM. For playing Android games, you can connect your Bluetooth gamepad without issues, and download your favorite game from the Google Play Store or sideload via APK. However, with that said, the all-winner chipset is not a very good Android gamer, delivering low graphics, so take note of that. So to close things off, let's look at its benchmarks and where it ranks on my chart. First, the results of its RAM transfer copy speed and its internal storage read and write speeds. It has a RAM copy speed of 2864 megabytes per second. Its internal storage has a read speed of 156 megabytes per second and a write speed of 151 megabytes per second. Next, the results from its Wi-Fi and Ethernet LAN speed test. This box has a Wi-Fi 6 network adapter and a gigabit Ethernet LAN port, and my testing revealed, based on my internet speed of 315 megabits per second, its 5 GHz band maxed out at around 120 megabits per second. Its 2.4 GHz band could only achieve 47 megabits per second, and its gigabit LAN port achieved the maximum speed of my network at around 314 megabits per second. Next, focusing specifically on its CPU's single-core and multi-core threading capabilities, the Geekbench 5 CPU benchmark produced a score of 101 single-core and 237 multi-core. Its gaming performance we already know is not the best. Hence, it produced a 3DMark Wild Live Test GPU benchmark of 129 with Vulkan support. It also has an average FPS of 0.78. And in the comprehensive Antutu benchmark version 8, because that's the only version I can get to work on this box, it produced a score of 61,377. The current version of the Antutu benchmark is version 10, and this box in no way meets the criteria to run that version. I will now enter these scores on my TV box rankage chart, and let's see what position it holds. So at the time of recording this video, the Superbox S6 Ultra claims position 131 with a 2 out of 5 star rating based on its Antutu benchmark score. This rating reflects the performance of its hardware and availability of firmware features for entertainment. This does not reflect the live TV and video on demand service it provides. So to view this chart to compare it to other boxes in this list, see the link in the description below this video. So that concludes my review. So if you are interested, you can get one on their website with a 10% discount coupon. See the link in the description below this video. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notifications bell, and you'll receive notifications each time I release a new video, offer a second-hand deal, or decide to do a giveaway. So stay connected and see you in the next one.